W's and L's, the weekly recap show where we give it up to the things that we like and L's to the things that we don't. It's on you, cuh.
All right. I actually got quite a bit of dubs this week, so I guess I'll start there.
Ooh,
I'm giving a dub out to Kaheem the Creator. Kaheem has created a functional exosuit.
I made a powerful exoskeleton that takes my strength to the next level. 3 years ago, this project started off as a basic plastic frame and evolved into an engineering masterpiece after a series of failures and setbacks. One of my biggest goals since starting this project has always been to either lift or pull something as heavy as a car. Since majority of my designs were mostly made of plastic, I had to figure out a way to harness strength without breaking the frame or snapping my arms in half. And because the goal was to either lift or pull something as heavy as a car, I had to create a metal frame and then attach a car winch to it and connect that to my arm in order for me to pull it with ease. So after designing, building, and painting the suit, it was then time to test it out on the car. Even though this design may need more upgrades and added strength, the overall design and function of it may very well mark the beginning of the exoskeleton era.
So a person can wear the exosuit and just.
So what he did is that he hooked a winch onto a strong enough frame that was able to withstand the force to pull it, but wasn't actually like on his skeleton, so then rip his fucking arm off. He has a whole video about it. But it can actually has towing strength from the arm attachment. You see the shit? You look like real life Call of Duty. Black man, by the way.
He looks like a normal black man, but this exoskeleton apparently is turning him into Jax from Mortal Kombat.
I mean, that's just 3 years worth of work. Another 5 years, man, my boy could have a whole Iron Man suit out here fighting crime and shit.
Hey, fam, are you in school for this, or are you just doing this on your own?
Fuck school.
That's my.
Hey, y'all better give my man some grant money, a fellowship, something if y'all want him to come to y'all university. Well, he's probably already in college. Let me not discredit his qualifications, but it didn't seem like he was doing this in a robotics laboratory.
Don't pull a car. Jump over 3 driving cars right now on stream.
Okay, all right. You don't gotta do that. I thought it was an amazing enough accomplishment as it is. But yeah, shout out to Kaheem. I'm gonna be looking for you to come out the market here in the next 5 years, bro. I'm gonna need to buy an exosuit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the blicky. I'm putting on an exosuit. Who fucking with me when I got the exosuit on?
By the time you get the exosuit, he gonna be making full ass Iron Man suits.
Fam, I'm gonna have a rocket launcher on the shoulder of my exosuit while y'all still out here carrying Glocks.
That's crazy.
Y'all got Glocks, I got rockets.
So you'll be RoboCop.
RoboCop.
Yes.
Not RoboCop, but I'll be a.
You'll be RoboCop.
Anyways, next one. Black National Farmers Association has officially announced that they will not be supporting Trump and JD Vance because of some nasty comments that JD made at a Trump rally.
Did they support him before?
I think it was up for grabs at the moment, which is certainly something to say if you are the Dems and Kamala. But yeah,
I seem to remember the head of the National Black Farmers stating that Trump needed to do more for them, but I didn't know if that was coming from a we don't already support him and he's fucking up, or we supported him and now he's not holding his promise.
Well, so the whole initiative to give that preferential lending towards black farmers because of the years of discrimination where they were left out of those subsidies and things in government funding got held up by Republicans. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that was something that they were expecting him to alleviate or whatever, kind of help get. But the idea that they were even entertaining, working with Trump and Vance led me to believe that they were probably upset at the fact that the Dems let it get tied up in court in the first place. I mean, it's millions of dollars worth of funding that they've been left out of receiving for generations. And then you announce it as some, a big policy announcement so you can get people to cheer for you and vote for you around election time, and then you do absolutely nothing to fight for it to actually get the money into the hands of the people that need it. So that could have been a criticism there. I'm trying to see what he said about black farmers. Senator J.D. Vance said a lot of wild things during his Sunday morning media blitz, but one of the comments received far less attention than others. Vance described a federal program that distributed nearly $2 billion to mostly black farmers who experienced discrimination as disgraceful, suggesting that it is racist against white people. There you go. There's the J.D. Vance I know. That's the J.D. Vance I know for sure here in Ohio. That's your boy. It's racism to give money to black people who experienced racism.
Makes sense.
Makes total sense. So yeah, in the agriculture segment, I'm sure that'll be a certain blow to the Trump campaign upon many blows that have been coming here in recent news for Trump and his campaign. Been struggling trying to find an attack on Kamala Harris. Polls are flipping where, last month we were seeing places like New York and Pennsylvania and Michigan being swing states that were leaning Trump. Now all of a sudden he's getting thoroughly beaten in all of those. And he can't even muster the support from the Rust Belt like he was able to do against Hillary Clinton back in 2016. So I think that right now things certainly look up for her, for Kamala. Got to hold this momentum, has to do something with Gaza, has to do something real about this inflation here at home, has to do something real about, the struggles we've been having with immigration here at home. Some of the programs that she announced, I think, are a good thing for her economic policy. But again, you need to make it abundantly clear that these policies that you're putting forth are for Americans that need them, right? Americans have been suffering through this, through your regime. Americans are financially strapped. Americans are dealing with inflation. Americans need help purchasing homes, right? It is one thing to be, a place of refuge for people who are seeking asylum. It is another thing to create a government policy to help them purchase homes where there are American citizens who have been waiting for their opportunity for the Fed to cut interest rates to purchase homes for years now, right? And it's just, she has to fix that part of it. This thing with immigration, she has to stay in a lane that doesn't push her towards the MAGA messaging of these people don't belong here, yada yada yada, but further away from what the current Democratic message has been, which is we don't see nothing, we don't hear nothing, we don't see nothing, we just trying to help people. Because what's happening is people in these local government positions are making millions of dollars off of housing these immigrants, feeding them, sourcing these contracts out to different businesses that they're getting kickbacks from. This is big business 101. This ain't got nothing to do with the immigrants, and it ain't got nothing to do with the black people who are getting pushed out because of how they're running the business. It's all about the money, right? And the quicker we all get on that same page, the faster we can alleviate it. Just went down the politics rabbit hole there for a minute. But yeah, I guess all the way back to the black farmer. Shout out to him. Giving another dub out to Lizzo, who's been in the gym, bro.
No.
Yeah. Oh, she working out. She done dropped some LBs too.
No, you're lying.
I swear to God.
Cap. How many LBs?
Quite a few. Fuck body positivity. I want to live.
Well,
now I'm not gonna begrudge her for that. That's why I'm giving her a dub. Right? You should get on a healthy kick because, that's just common sense. The next step I want her to take is to encourage her followers to do the same thing. Because it is one thing to be comfortable in your own skin. It is one thing to be confident about who you are as a person. It is a whole nother thing to encourage people to keep unhealthy habits or live an unhealthy lifestyle because you don't want to be criticized. You don't want to be ostracized for it. Because you don't want to be made fun of or made to feel lesser because of it. one of those evils isn't better than the other. Would you rather be made fun of or die? Clearly, Lizzo has chosen her fate. I can only hope that she continues to press that same type of mentality towards the people that follow her, because they benefit much more from a person like her telling them, hey, this is how I did it. This is what worked for me, as opposed to fuck it, girl, be you, do you, live your life, do whatever you want to, no matter what anybody says, because that is detrimental in my opinion.
I will say, fingers crossed that the weight that she lost is the evil 10 pounds that were deep inside her.
I forgot she's a freaky ass nigga.
That made her do that fucked up shit to her backup dancer.
I forgot she's a fan.
Just fingers crossed that that's what the weight that she lost.
Yeah, no, I forgot she's a fan, which means that shit was probably always a grift and she was always going to lose weight at some point anyways. Damn. Fuck. God damn it. Melissa McCarthy playbook all over again.
Or maybe she'll be an evil skinny bitch.
Fuck.
I don't know.
Amy Schumer 101.
Amy Schumer is crazy.
Oh, yeah. Still on me. Okay. Giving a dub out to Mr. Chime Time. You watch his restaurant food reviews?
Is that evil Keith Lee?
Is that evil Keith Lee?
Yeah.
Is that what people call him?
The guy who does like the really negative reviews.
He's got the fucking... He got the high top that's like... It's kind of receding.
What's his name again?
Got the fro. Chime Time. Mr. Chime Time. Black dude.
Yeah, I think that's him.
Yes. I'm giving him a dub. Giving him a dub because, yes, he does give scathing reviews. I think they're honest, but he doesn't hold back, right? So apparently, he went to this brother's restaurant when they had first opened some time ago. Gave him some really lackluster reviews, just kind of keeping it 100. People around the area had liked it, so obviously it was good enough to get him on the radar, but that day they didn't do very well, apparently. So he ran him down real bad. This was a couple years ago. Apparently the guy, and it's so funny because when they show the video, the dude is talking about him messaging him and all this other stuff. But like he'd been sending him messages and all this other stuff. And so he's come back here last week to review the food again. He's got it up and running. The business is open inside now. They've been able to kind of put some distance in between their opening and where they're at now to get a little bit more comfortable, work on things. I can understand the kind of turmoil that a new business owner will be going through when you're trying to start trying to start up, especially in the restaurant business where most of them don't even make 6 months. Mm-hmm. So I think that so he went back out there, reviewed the food, got amazing reviews the second time around. He actually got out of the car, went and talked to the dude, let him know that he came back. You know what I'm saying? He didn't apologize, which I loved. I would have hated if he went up to that bitch and he apologized, because then that means, well, how the fuck do I trust what you're saying anymore? You know what I mean?
Sure.
I love that he didn't apologize because it was what it was. It just wasn't good. Yeah. But I wanted to give you another opportunity to do this. You know what I'm saying? See if it got any better.
Yeah,
he
restaurant
did.
can have a bad day for sure.
It got better. He gave him raving reviews. Dropped 5,000 on him.
Yeah, right? that was the crazy part, is that he gave him 5,000.
Yeah, he dropped 5 racks on him. I was like, okay, well, I mean, shit. That feels a little bit like an apology, but it wasn't like what I said wasn't accurate. Like, yeah. I'm not taking back the words that I said to you. It was just a bad day. Mm-hmm. And if it was, then it would show in my return visit, and it did. Yeah. And I felt like that was fair, you know. Are that people calling him Evil Keith Lee? Is that his name?
Well, yeah, because he keeps doing, like, you know how, like, Keith Lee is very positive. Mm-hmm. This nigga is negative.
Well, I don't think Keith Lee even does the review if it's too negative, and I don't think that's the type.
He's scrapped.
Yeah, that's not the type of person. He's going to tell you what he thinks of the food. That's what I don't want you to. Don't go somewhere and then not make the video and tell me how the food. I might still walk in there. Let me know if it's not good. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I get it. There's a place for Evil Keith Lee.
Tell me, shit.
Like, that's his nickname, but I mean, there is a place for him for sure.
Evil Keith Lee is craziness. All right, let's get on to the negativity. First L I got is going out to 50. So 50 Cent over the weekend had a comedy music festival in Shreveport, Louisiana. Now, Shreveport is right in there in that area, Louisiana, with Baton Rouge, New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of notable acts that we can all probably run off in our minds right away. Boozy.
Is Boosie from Shreveport?
Boozy is from Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, okay.
That you would expect to see at an event like that in
there's
Shreveport.
Louisianan.
Yeah, you would
artists.
expect to see a lot of certain people that weren't there.
Yeah, where's Wheezy at?
And so 50 Cent received some criticism for maybe capitalizing on the fact that Shreveport is a very rural, very poor area, and so you got the land for cheap to hold the festival, and you didn't have to pay the acts all that much because you didn't get the people that people would have come out really paid a lot of money to see. I think Lunel said something about it. Hurricane Chris.
You throw a motherfucking concert in Louisiana and don't book no Louisiana legends and put no bankroll in no Louisiana legends pocket, but you pay the police $500,000. What type of bitch ass shit is that? Nigga, you ain't fucking with my city, nigga. You taking advantage of my city, nigga, cause shit cheap and shit costs way less than it costs where you from. And y'all stupid, slow motherfuckers so crazy that y'all gonna let this nigga come down here and not show no love to Louisiana. This nigga ain't booked no Louisiana artist. This nigga ain't booked Big Papa. This nigga ain't booked B Will. This nigga ain't booked Hurricane. That nigga didn't even go to Baton Rouge and get no boosies or no webbies. Like, nigga didn't fuck with us. Nigga came to take advantage of us. Shreveport had cheap ass land. He came and bought that shit, and a nigga don't give a fuck about fucking with us. And he just showed you that by paying the police $500,000 when we got young niggas out here starving, when we got young niggas out here killing each other. That fucking money could have went to anything to help the motherfucking youth. We don't need more money invested into the police, nigga. We need more motherfucking money invested into the community. We need motherfuckers who know the community, who know the people, who willing to put their motherfucking feet on the ground to make a difference with their influence. Fuck your money, nigga. We don't care nothing about it, nigga. You think these white people ain't been having no motherfucking money in Louisiana, nigga? They using you to come through this motherfucker and to pay the city up. Nigga, they finna use you to rebuild the roads. They not finna use you to help the youth, nigga.
An artist that I hadn't heard from in at least a decade.
Hey, baby.
Mentioned it as well, and I think there's some validity to that. You know what I mean?
There's definitely validity to it.
The least you can do is holla at, hey, Weezy, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Juve, what you doing, dog? You know what I'm saying?
Master P.
Help me out, dog. Anybody.
Kevin Gates.
Kevin Gates.
NBA young boy.
So many people from that area that you could have rung a line to.
Sure.
And that's just on the music side. Again, according to Lunel, it's the same thing was happening on the comedy side.
August Alsina.
Oh, okay. Anyways.
I know he's going through some things, but he's from New Orleans.
August ain't got time for nothing else other than his new
boyfriend?
relationship. Yeah. He ain't got time for shit else. So, yeah, man, don't be no colonizer, 50.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Because speaking of that, I actually gave a dub for Hurricane Chris for saying that. Also, on the Breakfast Club, Sauce Walker from Houston decided to come out and talk about how Drake is big enough.
I had never even heard that song from Sauce Walker. The joint back in 2015 where he was saying basically everything that Kendrick already laid out.
Yeah, there's a couple
that or laid out. This one, like, I didn't even hear that shit. I don't even know how that shit didn't get to my airwaves.
But the point of Houston being this huge thing for Drake, because obviously Jay Prince is backing him, and he always shouts out Houston all the time, and yet he doesn't give any kind of credibility to any younger Houston artists or any lesser known Houston artists.
And then what do people in the comments get to saying? Oh, he made a song with Travis Scott.
Oh,
he wrote songs for Beyonce. Like, fam, y'all didn't listen to what he was saying.
It's not what he's saying.
He come to Houston and mess with Houston artists where it's mutually beneficial. Where if I don't write a song for Beyonce, it's gonna hurt my career. If I don't fuck with Travis Scott, he not gonna give me a feature on the album I got going next summer. Like, this is stuff where these are like artists that can trade stuff off to me. You know what I'm saying? He come down to Houston, go spend $100,000 in the strip club And then all of the rappers that he told he was going to talk to or listen to their music or help with a feature or anything like that, they get done dirty. Niggas that done took him around to these strip clubs and protected him while he was there, made sure nobody fuck with him, got him into the VIPs, moved him around the city so he was safe. Use him.
Which is a little weird that Jay Prince isn't kind of holding his feet to the fire to make him do that shit.
I thought Jay Prince represented Houston. That's what I thought.
My point exactly.
I got told not to turn up too hard to not like us when I was in Houston because of the Prince. I that's what I thought. I thought it was on site down there with the Prince family.
Why you not holding his feet to the fire?
I'm fucking
specifically around the Houston sound. Like,
yeah, nah, that was funny. All right, so the Olympics are going to pop up. The Olympics and FIBA are going to pop up quite a bit in this list this week. So the first knock that I'm giving FIBA, there was a report that came out from, or at least he was talking about it, from Brian Windhorst about the, kind of weird anointment of LeBron at the gold medal game as the MVP on the back of the 2-game run that we got from Steph Curry. I will still challenge anybody who thinks that is abnormal for the biggest games to count more than the fucking, prelims that you were playing before. Those games largely don't matter. You could lose one of those games and still win gold. It doesn't really matter. The last 2 games, the games for silver for gold and bronze, were the ones that made a difference. Like, you're either going to have Olympic glory off of those 2 games or you're going to go home a loser. But what Brian Windhorst said is that basically how they compiled the votes for who was going to win MVP, 2 games before the Olympic final, for the gold medal game, there was a QR code in the athletes area, or area where the media had access to, right? So you basically scan your phone so you can get your vote. 2 games before the gold medal game, they had already decided who the MVP was before the bronze game. So the first time that Steph Curry went out there and hit 8 threes, they had already decided it was going to be LeBron James. When LeBron James is shitting down his leg in the 4th quarter of the gold medal game and Steph Curry is giving you some of the best 3-pointers you've ever seen in your life, they had already decided to give it to LeBron James.
Yikes.
And the fact that Brian Windhorst, of all people, the Akron Beacon Journal's very own, Brian Windhorst is the one who broke this news.
One of the biggest LeBron.
So I know, look, Brian Windhorst literally owns his professional NBA beat writer career to LeBron James.
Like, he didn't come onto the scene until he started making his decisions.
He only got famous for writing about this poor black kid from Spring Hill, Akron, who just happened to be one of the greatest basketball players of all time. It was coincidence and convenience, because what other newspaper is there in Akron to cover this man?
Yep, and then he became the insider on
the inside track, boy.
On the decision.
Yeah, no. Shout out to him though for breaking this news.
Very interesting.
So that's the first Olympic L. We'll give him a break here, and we'll come back here in a second. Judge Kenneth King, a judge from Detroit, is getting an L from me. He jailed a high school student on a field trip.
Yo, yeah, this is crazy.
For fucking sleeping in court.
Insane.
Fam? Said he didn't like her attitude.
Did you hear the
and
backstory?
Put her in jail.
Did you hear the backstory?
There's more to the story?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Apparently, the reason why she was sleeping is because, or apparently he made a comment about she needs to be sleeping at home or whatever. Well, apparently that family has been having troubles finding a place to stay.
They're homeless. Oh my God.
Yeah, and that's the reason why she was
sleeping.
Shit.
And we would have known. It's not that we have to know exactly what that person's circumstances is to have the empathy on them, because it's just being human. But everything about statistics, about rearing children, about teaching children tells you that criminalizing them this way does nothing to help them. And so it made every bit of sense that he would be doing nothing but hurting this child. And then coming from the understanding that you are, again, criminalizing her for something that is completely out of her control. She's sleepy because she's homeless, fam. And here you are, a person in position, a black person that she probably looking for some sort of reverence, some sort of help, some sort of inspiration, guidance, something. And you want to throw her in jail because she fucking sleepy. Yep. Well, I'm sorry that the school decided to bring me to this fucking courthouse that I didn't agree to come to anyways, that I didn't want to come to. It's a school trip. Sorry that I spent probably all night walking around trying to find a safe place to lay my damn head. Yes, please throw me in jail for a couple of days to show me a lesson, to show people that you tough on crime. I hope his ass get voted out. If you in Detroit and y'all watching this podcast and you live in District Court Judge's Kenneth King's district, vote his ass out the next time that you get an opportunity to do so. Because he believes the best way to deal with sleepy children is to put them in fucking jail.
I heard that was Ann Arbor.
No, it wasn't. Detroit, Michigan. Ford getting the L. If you planned on buying a car soon, if you have a newer Ford.
Wait, you're giving Ford an L?
Yes. If you have a Ford, if you were planning to buy a Ford that is newer than the year 2025 coming up soon, whew, you put that shit on the market. If you have a Ford and you know me, don't drive that shit to my house. Don't drive it around me. Don't drive in my neighborhood. Stay the fuck as far away from me as you possibly can if you got a Ford.
I do have a Ford, but it's unk.
Ford,
that shit old as hell.
Starting with their 2025 line of cars, they have patented a security system that uses the peripheral cameras around the car to alert emergency services, to alert cops about criminal behavior, traffic violations, speeding violations. It can do it when the car is parked. They've already patented the programming for it, and it's going to market in 2025. No. They are going to be reporting criminal violations to the police. So y'all thought speed traps was bad before. Y'all thought the little cameras on the highway that's supposed to be judging the time that you get from point A to point B was bad. Y'all thought that the red light take a picture of your license plate. No, they're going to be the other cars that you're driving next to. The people that are driving around you now are going to be reporting information back to the police.
I was going to say that has to be against unlawful searches and warrants or something, but I guess not. I guess
if you do it in plain view of surveillance, it is what it is. That's just reporting. And if Ford is willing to pimp out their software to the fucking cops to do it, then fine. How you respond as a consumer is you let them know what you think about that. You let them know. Yeah. First of all, Ford as in general already had a reputation of what is it? Found on road dead. Is that what Ford stands for? Found on road dead. That's what Ford stands for anyways. It's not like they have a stellar reputation for reliability anyways. But now to add to it, the damn Ford Focus that's been parked on Grandma Street for a month caught me speeding down the street, and now I got a fucking ticket in the mail.
That's insane.
Don't buy Ford.
Yeah, I guess it can report you.
Don't buy Ford.
Yeah, no, I'm cool.
J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk are both being sued by the boxer, the Olympic boxer from, where was she from? Algeria, who was thought to be a trans athlete because of, a report about her failed testosterone test in the prelims in the World Games. Fully binary, cisgendered woman. Like not even, I don't even think she's a lesbian. I think she has a husband. But just has a genetic disposition that keeps her testosterone levels higher. But she is a woman that was tested and was able to compete at the Olympics. And so there were a lot of famous people that jumped on this story, and even after it got debunked, kept on it.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk are among the two, for sure.
Two names that you would not be surprised would be on that
This
list.
is going to be so incredibly hard for Elon Musk to get off of, because you literally own a platform by which you were able to perpetuate this falsity.
In which he shows his tweets to people that don't even follow
Like,
him.
what is even going to be your defense in this? Like, what's going to be your defense? Nuh-uh. What's going to be your defense?
Nuh-uh definitely works for white people.
Like, fam, I remember seeing you talk. This is a travesty. This is wrong, and we already know what J.K. Rowling on when it comes to these type of subjects.
Facts.
So I don't know, man. They could lose this. They could lose. I mean, she is a woman. They did very clearly, very publicly use
her?
their platforms to say the opposite of that. You probably defamed her. Yeah, absolutely. If they don't just settle out of court, they'll probably get whooped. Probably just get whooped.
Facts.
Oh, Raygun. So this is the next Olympic. This is the next Olympic L for me. So we all saw the viral clip of the lady from Australia doing the breakdancing and just kind of have us all asking why we were even doing this at the Olympic level. Anyways, that's how bad it was. Well, surprise, surprise, Miss Raygun corrupted her way into an Olympic position. She cheated her way. She went to these competitions for the prelims to qualify for the Olympics, put her husband on the fucking judge's seat to get there. Did you see some of the people she was beating, bro?
Yeah.
Some of the people she beat in Australia to get...
They're pretty good.
Completely disrespected. Gave me feels of the one white girl that Missy Elliott used to have dancing in her videos.
The girl from Disney.
Yes, yeah. You worked it, let me work it.
Nah, the girl from
Put my
Disney be
thing
killing
down,
it.
flipping and reverse shit. Yes, you're flipping and flipping. Yeah.
Nah, she be killing it though.
No, she's dope. But that's
Raygun
she's
is
not Raygun.
garbage.
She's not Raygun. Raygun was out there like JoJo Siwa. Yes. This is hip hop. Hitting it.
It's all about your posture.
It's all about your posture.
You know, growing up, my posture was really bad. My mom
Bad.
used to tell me all the
My
time,
posture was really bad, but that's good for hip hop if you got bad posture.
stand up straight.
Hip hop is at a plie.
Hitting it.
1, 2, 3, 4, hit, and The more relaxed you are, that's what makes it hip hop.
That's what makes it hip hop.
This is the first thing I'm gonna say to you. You want to do hip hop? You got to stand like this.
You gotta stand like
In a
this.
hip hop head, we have this, boom, bam, every time.
Bam.
Or Your hands are always
Never done
like
that a day in
this.
my life.
Start out just hitting it.
Hitting it. Hitting it.
This is insane.
Raygun!
That's what we call popping.
All right,
That's
all right.
Raygun!
All right, back to the W's and L's. But that shit is funny.
Hitting it. This is my shit. The hitting it part is my shit. Hitting it.
That's what makes
Hitting
it
it.
hip hop.
Oh my God. Cheating your way to the Olympics is crazy, but it only can be allowed by white privilege.
Facts.
There's the only thing that could get you into the Olympics when you are completely and utterly unqualified, to the fact that they are videotaping you on national television doing this madness.
She's a meme. She's a whole
She's
ass
a
meme.
like a epic meme.
You're an internet meme. Just like that lady that we just...
I feel
We'll
like
have it in
the
the video.
only clips for like the first week of the competition I got from the breakdancing was about her.
All of them. Yeah, I didn't even
They
see
all
the
were about
winning-
her.
I didn't even see the winner.
There
I saw
was
her.
a dude from Houston who was sending letters to the United States during the FIBA games back in 2020, trying to petition them to put the breakdancing into the Olympic Games. And I don't know if it had anything to do with, them actually, electing the games. They never really acknowledged him, but that happened.
Yeah.
They couldn't even get to that story because Ray.
Oh, damn.
Man, shout out to Raygun. Or not.
I was going to say not at all.
And then the last FIBA L we're getting here goes out to the challenge that was laid down by the Big Three to the winners of the 3-on-3 tournament. Netherlands. They actually accepted, and we're going to play the big three champions, except FIBA wouldn't allow them to compete.
For what? Why? They have an actual reason, or
I
it's not
don't
NBA,
know.
so fuck it.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's not. Yeah, it's not a company we do business with, so you can't compete.
That's bullshit.
No.
The best of the best.
Probably threatened to strip them of their gold if they competed.
And they're big three. They're prior NBA. So like.
But I will give a dub to Netherlands for accepting.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna give a dub to Netherlands for accepting the beef. I think Michael Beasley probably would have gave y'all 20 and 10 in a pickup game, but I respect the fact that y'all wanted to line it up, and I respect the fact that Cube is doing so well with the big three that this is even in the discussion. How we ended up using like college players to compete in 3-on-3 basketball at an international level, I will never understand. But at very least, retired NBA vets should be playing 3-on-3. At very least. No disrespect to the college kids, but if we want to win gold at that competition, you're going to need to put your best. They're putting professional athletes out there to play 3-on-3 versus our college athletes. That just doesn't seem right at all.
Also, very interesting that you mentioned the breakdancing, because apparently in 2029, flag football will be making its Olympic debut.
Really? 7-on-7 football?
Or 2028, one of the two. But yeah, flag football will be making its Olympic debut. And I guess one of the quarterbacks who is currently in the flag football league, whatever league they have, took exception to some of the comments from like Joe Burrow and some other people. And he says they just automatically assume that they're able to just join the Olympic team because of the person that they are in the NFL. They didn't help grow this game to get to the Olympics. They didn't grow flag football to be included in the Olympics. So give the guys who helped this game get to where it's at their respect.
Well, sure. From the aspect that like you weren't here actively doing the work, like you didn't take time out of your offseason to come compete in this to make people respect it. I did. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I get that. I do. Now, if there's any discussion on who's better at flag football, Joe Burrow or whoever the fuck this guy is, stop it. Cut it the fuck out. Let's end that right there, right then and there. But yes, I know. I do respect him for bringing the sport to who else could I respect if not him?
Daryl Doucette is his name.
Shout out to Daryl Doucette.
Is that all you have?
That's it.
My first L is going to, what is his name? Ronnie Mayers, a community leader in Brookhaven. So there's a video that I've seen recently going around of Cash Doll letting everybody in her business.
Hey, Instagram. So today, I'm about to put y'all in my business. I normally don't put the internet in my business because I just feel like, you share certain things and you keep certain things to yourself, right? But I've been violated bad since I've been in Detroit. I guess people was looking at my story and they see that I'm not home. And they found that this was the best opportunity to run inside of my house and get all my Birkin bags in Atlanta. However, that's cool. They got caught, They got into a shootout with my child's father, and the police got all of them. And we ain't took no L, So it's a celebration, but it's also sad that it's black people that's just running inside of people's home trying to take their things. And what if my kids was there? What if my sister was there? What if my mom was there? What if Tracy was there asleep and y'all caught him slipping? They came in with guns. I'm putting y'all in my business today because I'm so upset that Ronnie Mayers, the community leader over in Brookhaven and the block that I stay in, because you guys, I stay in a nice neighborhood, where I'm the only black person on my block and the youngest person on my block, and this man had the audacity to go to the news. Ronnie Mayers, he went to the news and told them that my house is a drug house because it's traffic and a lot of black people there. Because it's always traffic. He just assumed that since it's nice cars and other black, nice, successful people pulling up, that's entertainers, that's friends, producers that have nice things as well, and there's a lot of traffic because I have 2 kids under 2, that I have drugs in my home. The sacrifices I make, how hard I work everything that I do, for you to just associate me with drugs just because I'm young, black, and successful. That's crazy. That you went to the internet and no, you went to the news, my nigga, and told the news that me and my child father is running a drug house. Like, this is the day. I know the Shade Room posts stuff I don't want them to post, and they post stuff I want them to post. But today is the day that I need you to post this, because Ronnie Mayers, he need to know why I'm so successful, why I live in the biggest house on the block, why I'm black and I'm the youngest person on the block, and why he keeps seeing all these successful cars and all these foreign whips, and my kids, nigga.
Cash Doll recently got robbed at her home in Atlanta in a neighborhood called Brookhaven.
I don't know why I thought you was talking about up the street, brother. Until you start saying Cash Doll, I was about to be like, what?
Yeah. No, there's a community in Atlanta called Brookhaven.
Okay.
And Cash Doll happens to live there. It seems to be a nicer neighborhood, so supposedly her being there is kind of crazy. But she is living there with her baby father, Tracy T. I don't think they're married. And so the house got robbed, and Tracy T was there. The robbing started a shootout, and so I guess whoever robbed them drove off. Tracy T's cool. They caught all of the robbers, which is great news. First of all, black people, we've got to stop B&Eing. We got to stop breaking and entering to people's homes.
Don't tell black people to stop
shootouts.
breaking in when there's robbers. Do you tell white people to stop shooting up schools when there's mass shooters?
No, but at least in the hip hop community, because that's the same shit that
In the hip hop community, do I go?
Pop Smoke got killed. X got killed over robbery.
Fam, did we go after country music when Las Vegas happened at Mandalay Bay?
Wait, what?
This isn't even about the musical culture. What does this have to do with hip hop?
I'm just saying, can we stop with the robbing and shootouts? Because we're losing too many of our hip hop people over.
I think everybody's getting robbed and shot at. I don't think this is.
I do too.
I think it's not necessarily specific to black people or
But
rappers.
I'm saying in this situation, I don't want more of our artists, our hip hop artists, dying because of situations like this. It's less about the breaking and entering and more about the shootouts specifically, or like that girl who sent her brother and them over to homeboy's house, and then that started to shoot out, and he killed
Rudolph.
Travis Rudolph.
Travis Rudolph. Yeah.
Yeah. So like just situations like that have gotta kind of stop. But anyway, the L is going to community leader, what's his name? Ronnie Mayers, who's a community leader in Brookhaven, because in talking about the situation, he called Cash Doll and Tracy T's house a drug house, seemingly because he's seeing so many young black people coming in and out of their house, who Cash Doll said, no, these are guests in my home, these are other artists and things of that nature. So watch your fucking
mind
mouth.
your business, yeah.
Watch your fucking mouth about my house and calling my shit a drug house, which is now going to cause the police to start coming around here asking fucking questions. That's bullshit.
How did I get off my list and not give Michael Rubin an L?
Yeah, fuck him too. Fuck him.
Lordy.
You addressing it?
I would like to know what platform that I have the room to go on to air out my grievances about what I don't like about the Jewish community. What show can I do that on? Point me in the direction. Where's the microphone? Where can I go to criticize the Jewish community?
Well, there is a Hot 97 Breakfast Club that's got
He ain't gonna
Peter
Rosenberg. Peter Rosenberg is gonna allow me? No, I don't think so.
He's Jewish. You can take out your grievances.
I mean, they sure did sit up there and let him get that shit off, though. Oh, but he's right. Fuck y'all. What do you mean he's right? What do you mean he's right? First of all, the premise I hate. It's hating to criticize people, right? Like, if you were a rapper, Meek, who, I don't know, had some sexual type of agreement with a person who has some undue influence on your career, it's criticizable. I don't. There's no way to shape or form that to make black on black hate. No, nigga, you gave up the butt to get where you at. Maybe, allegedly. It's criticizable. No different than you would if a woman screwed her way to the top, right? If a celebrity is using their influence to be detrimental to the community or extract wealth from the community or mislead the community, those things should be called out. You should criticize people for that. I think a lot of times what gets identified as hating in our community is just people getting called out for their bullshit, their moral inconsistency, their wanted depravity. And then you get their buddies or their friends or the people that benefit from that depravity, and they get up there and they like, oh, why black people hating on other black people? You're supposed to shut up and not say anything when you see stuff because you black. It's the most insulting thing I be hearing, man. It's like, yeah, no, I mean, but y'all both black, so why would you say anything? Here goes Steve Harvey at a rally with Kamala Harris. For all y'all asking me to ask something for my vote, no, go away. For all y'all asking me to ask hard-hitting questions, no, go away. What?
That's silly.
Fam, weren't you the nigga who was coming down the escalator with Trump in 2020?
Yeah. Yep.
Ah,
That was him.
I didn't actually want to hit my webcam, but this shit pissed me off. Like, nigga, weren't you strolling down that escalator with Trump? Nah, that was you, nigga. It was you, Jim Brown, and Trump.
And he said,
sliding through that bitch like baggage claim. Stop playing. Now you don't have a critical word for Kamala Harris?
She said,
what are your politics? What even is your politics? What is your... Do you have a real opinion that isn't bought?
No, he has a big forehead, according to Tony Robinson.
All of that shit just was nasty. And then that's just the political side of it, being able to call out people that are doing wrong. Who in the fuck is Michael Rubin? Who do you think you are?
The owner of Fanatics. Who throws white
Who
parties
the
every
fuck
summer.
do you think you are, fam?
He's friends with James Harden
First of all, who gives a fuck?
and Lil Baby.
Who gives a shit what Michael Rubin thinks about black people? Raise your hand if you give a damn what Michael Rubin hates about black people. If you can rub two nickels together and give them towards giving a fuck towards what Michael Rubin thinks about you as a people, put it in the chat.
Do it. Or there's nobody's.
Because who gives a damn? And then who, probably all these rappers and celebrities, but who made you feel that comfortable that you could do this on a black platform? Oh my goodness.
James Harden a little bit.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
I saw him do it.
You hear what he talking like he Big Papa. Yeah. I wasn't gonna have Drake come in here and then play Not Like Us. I didn't want to.
Nigga, what?
Who the fuck? Who are you? Who are you? I feel like the fucking caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. Who are you to speak like this?
He throws parties every year, and he owns Fanatics.
We need to stop letting people feel so comfortable within our community. Now that is a we statement I feel comfortable making. Stop making people feel so comfortable being in this. They should have a little bit of trepidation. They should feel uncomfortable. They should feel not at ease at certain moments because it ain't theirs. And then they remind you that it's not theirs when they speak like this. When they step out of turn and they start generalizing black people behind an act that they didn't agree with.
Well, that goes along with our Sauce Walker and Hurricane Chris conversation, low-key. I mean, with Hurricane Chris, it's 50, but with Sauce Walker, it's fucking Drake. So, kind of goes hand in hand.
Yep.
Okay, my next L goes to Fivio Foreign. It does not go to Kodak Black because at some level, Trump did get him out. So him making a song is not all that surprising. But Fivio Foreign making a Donald Trump song, fam, get the fuck out of here.
I don't give a fuck about you getting me out anyway. I don't care. But man, listen, Kodak ass. I guess let me watch what I'm about to say.
Kodak is different. I feel.
Did anybody think that maybe Kodak should have been where he the fuck he was at on the gun charges? I'm just saying. Like,
sure.
I didn't get an explanation from Kodak's situation that made me think, oh, they was doing him wrong.
Or at least,
you know what I'm saying?
Kodak has been in situations where he should probably sit down for a little while.
Like, it's the same thing with Youngboy. They saying Youngboy might get sentenced to 8 years. Fam, he's been on probation pretty much since we've known him to be this famous. And he's still just running around, got the prescription scheme. He got the gun running charges. He got all, like, fam.
He been on house arrest for a minute.
You've been on house arrest for a grip. How are you even running a prescription scheme? How are you getting around?
Scammers gonna scam, cuz.
How you transporting rifles over state lines? Your ass supposed to be on a boot at home.
Gangsters going gang, cuz.
So I'm saying, I get we don't want people to get railroaded, and we understand our criminal justice system is what it is. Some of these niggas needed to be where they was at. What were we letting Kodak out for? So that he can make a Trump song?
Apparently. But Kodak also might be on drugs right now, so I don't even.
Might be.
He might be on K2.
Yeah, I was about to say synthetic drugs, according to him.
But Fivio is clearly doing this for clout, or also because he's dumb as all hell. Fivio couldn't do first grader math and decided to publicly display that on his Instagram some time ago. So Fivio Foreign is not the smartest bulb in the
That's
bunch.
unfortunate.
But yeah, nah. Just felt like giving him a L because I don't want to see that shit on my timeline. Fuck that shit. All right, my last L goes to Skai Jackson. You hear about Skai?
Damn, yeah. She got locked up on DV. And I didn't appreciate some of the tenor around that.
Yeah.
It was like,
sometimes you gotta beat a nigga up. What's the problem?
It was like, so she got arrested, right? And then once people found out that who she was dating, they was like, it wasn't serious no more. We was just back to joke. And I was like she don't have to be able to beat this man's ass for her to be abusive.
You know?
What's wrong with y'all?
Facts. Yeah, no, that shit was crazy.
It was the same type of dissonance that they showed to the Keke Palmer situation. It was like, all right, well, here she is clearly admitting that she's put her hands on him. That don't matter. It don't matter. He the crazy one. It's him. It's all him.
Sometimes you just gotta beat a nigga ass. Like, what? I literally saw that. That's why I keep repeating it. That's why I keep repeating it. That was a real thing.
Now, I do understand that there is something comical about the idea of watching Skai Jackson try to fight a grown ass man.
Yeah,
it's comical. Crazy, yeah, sure.
But it can happen. Especially if a man is afraid to distance himself from a woman, because that shit can get turned around, and now next thing you know, you're running from the car for blocks and blocks, and you're the one that's being seen as the abuser.
Craziness.
You know? So, crazy. Like, what can you do?
But again, people watched that footage and still came away with the idea that he abused her.
That's my point.
So it does, yeah. It doesn't really
exactly
surprise
my
me.
Point. So if you can't even run away from the situation, what do you do in that situation? Do you just take the beating? No. Okay, on to my dubs. My first dub is going to Marlon Wayans. He's not here for the bullshit that DJ Vlad got going on.
Okay.
DJ Vlad wanted to have an interview with Marlon Wayans, which seems normal. That seems about right.
Yeah, okay.
But Marlon Wayans said, look, you going to pay me 40 racks for this interview or this shit ain't happening, which I think is amazing because DJ Vlad out here on bullshit.
Why wouldn't we be taxing Vlad? I don't even. If you're not taxing Vlad, you're a goober.
I don't think some of them are taxing him. I think they're doing it for the clout.
And
colonizer.
I don't like that, but because there's some people on there that I respect, like TK Kirkland goes on there sometimes, and I hope that they're not.
I think TK and Boosie are going on there for clout.
Fuck with TK.
I don't
Kirkland,
think they're
man.
getting bread for that shit.
But TK Kirkland been around for so long, and Boosie absolutely don't need it. It's just like what could be the gain for y'all?
Yeah, I don't fuck with colonizing ass Vlad, and so
Yeah, no.
taxing him for $40K or saying fuck you in your interview is that's a dub to me. Sounds like a dub to me. So fuck Vlad always, and shout out to Marlon Wayans for standing up for
another guy who has opinions on black people and in the black community and things that going on between black people, who just should never have a license to speak on it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And if we're going to institute gatekeeping for this culture, it might as well come with a fee as well. Fuck you. Pay me $40K and then maybe you'll get this interview. I'm down with it. All right. I'm giving a dub to Archie Griffin. Mans is getting a statue.
Have you seen that
horseshoe. Shit? It's already...
Yes. They unveiled it. Holy shit.
He has to be doing the Heisman.
Just look.
It's for the 30th anniversary, isn't it?
Just get a picture, dog.
Or not 30th, 50th.
That shit looks...
Hey, don't talk about Archie Griffin and his statue
Okay.
like that, cuz. Okay, he's doing the pose. All right, it's a little sassy, I guess.
That boy. And it feels like the death, like he looked heavy. That boy looked like Archie Bunker, not Archie Griffin.
I'm okay with that. You know what? It doesn't look that bad from this angle. From the other side, though, it look a little like...
Okay.
Look a little crazy. I'll give you
They
that.
look like they got the black dude from the Love Boat to pose for the fucking... For the statue.
That's kind of Archie. That's Archie.
The Love Boat.
But you know what, man? Fuck it. He needs the statue.
If you like it, I love it. Hey, that's about the best trophy y'all gonna get this year. So hold it tight.
Shout out to Archie Griffin. Wait, what?
I said that is the best trophy you guys are going to get this year. Hold it tight.
2024? You're absolutely right, because we're going to get that trophy in 2025.
Okay.
Yeah. January 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think David.
You know what?
I think David Sanders just took your recruiting trophy to Knoxville.
I'll get to that in just a second. We will be getting a trophy in December 2024. The Big Ten Championship trophy is coming home. But yes, since you mentioned David Sanders, I won't lie. I'm a little upset about not getting David Sanders, and it does kind of prove to the point that we get the outside players, but we don't get the guys in the trenches. That's all fair. But the light at the end of the tunnel is that hopefully, because of all these Justin Fry recruiting slip ups, that hey, maybe he'll end up getting fired, and maybe we'll get somebody who can actually recruit some offensive line talent. You
know what I heard? I don't know if this is true or not, because obviously I'm not an Ohio State fan. Justin Fry was one of Ryan Day's groomsmen.
That might be true.
Oh, y'all are done. Y'all in there. He's Harbaugh's Don Brown.
Is everybody Don Brown?
He's Harbaugh's Don Brown.
Everybody are Don Brown.
Well, no. Your homeboy cigar smoker just coaches like Don Brown, but what's his name? Justin Fry literally is his Don Brown. Like they're super close. Because how else does he still have a job?
But you know what happened to?
Well,
Don Brown?
You know what saved him? Paris Johnson and Dewan
Jones.
Dewan Jones. That's what really saved y'all.
Donovan Jackson might fuck around and get drafted high too.
He'll get drafted. I don't know how high he'll get drafted. He'll get drafted.
I wouldn't say in first round. But.
Yeah, he'll go to the league. I don't know where, but those two guys is what got him, because one of them was a fringe 3-star. He got him into the league. The other one was a top 10 pick. So it's like it's kind of hard to fire a guy when he's doing that. But it is what it is. The performance on the field hasn't been all that great, even when those guys were still in the roster. And then, if you're not restocking the coffers with highly rated guys in Columbus, they hate that shit. Oh, don't have a room full of 3-stars and y'all ain't performing. Fuck no. Get this guy out of here.
I mean, hopefully we can develop him. But again, you're losing the battles on recruiting. To Tennessee. Like, it's a little crazy. Like, it'd be one thing if it was Oregon. It's Tennessee. That man is going nowhere fast. And you couldn't counter that. That's a little nuts. But hey, maybe Justin Fry will end up disgruntled at the offer he gets going into next year, and maybe he'll end up going to Michigan, and then.
Oh, we don't have a position open. We don't have a position open for that nonsense. We don't have a position open for that nonsense.
Wouldn't be the first time y'all took one of our guys. But
Is Rocky Top racist at all?
It probably is.
It
probably
feels like
based-
it's probably racist, and I probably should.
Based in some sort of racism.
It feels very rebel-y. Feels
Don't
like
most of the
Dixie.
fight songs and chants and
Feels like
sayings
Dixie.
down there.
Except for "Hail to the Victors."
I said down there, and I meant down south.
Oh, okay. All right. I just want to make sure.
Hail to the victors could be.
Nah, dog.
You could think about it
The
as
victors, as in the North.
sure.
I don't even know. I don't know. It's probably not. Give us your dubs and nails in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back to you next Wednesday with a brand new batch.
Absolutely. Make sure you check out our playlist full of W's and L's where we discuss current topics, things that we like, things that we don't from previous weeks. And make sure you stay in tune and stay subscribed because we'll be doing this every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Peace.